Hey guys, welcome back. Should be another fun half, great times, dead werewolf, who cares? Let's do it.
Okay, so it's 1-1, and werewolf, not werewolves. It's 1-1, and dwarfs get the ball, meaning that we are about to see what is known as the 2-1 grind.
That was probably the worst kick I've ever seen. It's like McGruff turned. It's if you look at the kickoff at the very beginning, it's like he turned straight sideways.
That's
That was
awful.
so. Again, like when you kick off, you choose a square, and the ball can scatter up to 6 squares in any of the 8 cardinal directions. In that case, it went the full 6 squares and went into my end zone.
Yeah,
So that's what.
it's not good. So we're about to see what's known as the 2-1 grind. The aim of the 2-1 grind is to score as close to turn 16 as possible, and then win the game.
Do you want to see the dwarfiest shit you've ever seen in your life?
Is it this? It looks like it's this.
It's not done yet. Here we go. Oh yeah, that's some good dwarf.
That's some dwarf shit.
That's
That
some good
is some
dwarf.
dwarf shit. And then he waited for like a minute to be like, what do I do now that I have like 3 viable options? Do I
Yeah.
punch a zombie or do I punch a zombie?
So you'll see that I got perfect defense, and frankly, I don't really want all of my better players to be tied up. So I'm gonna I left the zombies on the line, but I moved each of my Riff Raff and Johnny Rotten out of square so that they couldn't get Troll Slayered, which is what there was gonna happen. If he wanted to frenzy me, he'd either have to move his guys around or just take the 2 dB and then take a follow-up 1 dB. I'm not sure what he was thinking here. He does it going for it, but that's still like this is now a Mighty Blow Troll Slayer. This is target numero uno for prime wolf blitzing.
Oh yeah, we want to kill that fucker. We want vengeance for Hungry Like.
Considering he's pretty much sat up exactly where he is,
Oh fuck this guy.
I don't know what he was thinking. I guess maybe he just wanted to give me a target to dub skull up against.
Well, more notably, it looks like he wants to just draw your players away from where he wants to run. Because right now you're going to have to dedicate 2 players to going
Yep.
and punching that Troll Slayer. And probably 2 high-profile players in Santos von Hammerstein and McGruff. And that means that they're away from the cage, which is where he wants your players to be, is not right next to your cage.
Which is fine, because frankly, I'm not going to be able to crack this cage. I'm basically just going to be trying to
Stop it in its tracks.
slow it down. So here we go. Dub skull number 4.
Oh my god!
Again, his plan working out perfectly, where he tries to get me to dub skull up against his player. So we're going to we get 4 minutes to decide what we want to do. I think I'm just gonna let the clock sit. No,
I was about to say, don't
obviously
be a
don't.
bitch. That would have been like optimal bitchitude.
Yeah, I can't even knock him down.
This is pretty amazingly
It's a-
shitty.
It's a sad day for everybody.
It's not great. So one thing to note is that while Dauntless does allow you to match strength with a stronger player, it doesn't allow you to like roll to overcome guard or anything, so that Troll Slayer still has like a 2 dice block on
And
that.
he can't
-2 or
reasonably.
whatever.
Yeah, it'd be a -2 dB, and he can't reasonably get over there and like Saving Private Ryan, that guy, dig him out from behind enemy lines, because he's so slow.
On the other hand, he probably wants your 2 mobile players to be way the fuck over there, not interfacing with his cage,
That's
because
true.
he would probably rather have his injured player be the dude way off in the corner than someone really important in the scrum.
And that's a fine thought, but to that I say, the fact that I'm fast as shit means, and the fact that he's slow as shit, means that I can get over there pretty much whenever I want.
That's a weird move. I guess he's repositioning his cage over there. He's trying to string your players out along that right flank while he makes a cage push to the left. He's going with a fairly open cage just because you can't really get around that efficiently enough to actually hit his ball carrier. That's a weird position.
And he's just trying to get some guard in some good positions. Here he falls for the number 1
Is that a
sin
frenzy trap?
of the frenzy player. I actually did specifically set the frenzy trap. It's a -2 dB. He dub skulls it. He's not going.
Don't even bother re-rolling
Yeah,
it.
yeah. That's and he KOs his own player.
Really? That's embarrassing. That's wow. Wow. That happened.
Unfortunately, it's not going to mean much for me because I'm going to probably dub skull up against his other Troll Slayer where I want to surf him. We'll see what happens though.
Yeah.
I'm going to choose to set up Ras Al Ghul to assist for the 2DB surf attempt so that Sanchez Van Hammerstein, the Lodge Ghoul, is freed up.
And so, you're not going to and instead you're just going to knock him over.
Yeah, I'm going to choose to try to get the claw. Again, good chance that I can get a stun or whatever. But I really
stun.
I want to kill. I want to kill more than anything.
Yeah, we want vengeance. We want blood.
I want Dwarf blood.
Everyone wants Dwarf blood. I don't think there's a player in the... Oh, that's a stand firm dude.
Look at that son of a bitch counter stand firming me.
Wow, what a bitch.
Can't believe the gall of some dwarfs.
That's the thing that sucks, is that dwarves have all the good skills to start out, so they can, like, level 2 dwarves. Like, any other team, the level 2 player is like, oh, that's the guy with block. With dwarves, it's like, oh, that's the guy with mighty blow, or stand firm, or guard, or dodge, or some other shit that they honestly shouldn't fucking have.
Stand firm still seems like kind of a non-standard choice for a dwarf blocker.
Well, he has guard, too. Stand firm and guard is really important because it means he can't get shoved out of the way.
Like this. So
yeah.
I sort of unwisely, basically because I want to try to throw a million blocks, and I think that he's going to be trying to push left, I unwisely run another guy over to get another stand firm block that fails.
Yeah. But now that one dude is giving assists against 3 players...
Yep.
And tying up 3 of your dudes. Granted, 2 are zombies, and so you don't really care. But it looks like he's just going to gun it down the middle, because right now he can just create the rift between your 2 flanks and just gun it, because you've got Johnny Rotten and the Flesh Prince over there, and I mean, let's face it, that's not exactly a legacy that you want to run on.
But I'm still sort of okay with that, because the fact that I am super high movement means that he can't really run away from me. He can get past me, but he can't really take off.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, the way he's set up now opens him up. He makes him kind of vulnerable to a Wolf Blitz, which is the plan here.
Yeah, I believe you can 1DB him unless Dwalin has guard, which I don't remember.
Let's pull up. Dwalin is a Blitzer. He does not have guard.
Ha! Perfect.
So the plan would be I can still sort of open this up, despite all these 1DB POWs and whatnot. I can still open this up to use Ras Al. I can use Ras Al Ghul to at least give 1 assist here, and maybe even pick up the ball with Santos if I'm lucky.
That would be nice. That would be very nice.
That is in a. I'm going to choose to use him to set up the assist.
That's a thing.
That's also
holy fuck.
That's 5.
Well,
I've seen
and
more.
I'm gonna count the skull both
5.
down.
Okay.
So that's 6.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
5 and close to a 6th. Again, this is still not impossible because if you look at how we are,
he has to run his dudes out like in the middle of nowhere, and you have a 9 movement werewolf. Granted, the 9 movement werewolf is probably just gonna get punched on a 1DB frenzy, but your werewolf doesn't have blocks, so that's not great. But I want to stay sunny on this, but I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling this game.
So the thing about Blood Bowl is, like, every time you do something, sometimes it feels like the dice are loaded against your favor. That sort of happens with any game where there's dice rolling involved and there's luck involved. But there are matches where it just feels like you have no chance.
Yeah.
So again, he's gonna take off.
Yeah.
I still have Ras Al Ghul. He's being touched by a guy with tackle right now, but that's okay. And I also have the emergency play of the Chololine with the Flesh Prince.
We need it to happen. We need the Chololine here, I think. I don't think we have any other options.
I think the Ghoul play is the safer play.
Who gives a fuck? The Ghoul play is... Well, that's the thing, is that the Ghoul play is both the safer play and not the safer play, because it's a 1DB.
So, however, the fact that he makes the dodge and does the double GFI, the Chololine is now the play.
Oh my god. And he KOs your wolf.
Yeah. So, Unfortunately, though, for him, by doing that, he's activated my trap card. It's time for Cholo Lean attempt number 2.
Oh, man. We need it. We need the Cholo Lean right now.
And I mean, in a perfect world, again, thinking optimistically, I can get a nice scatter off this Cholo Lean, and I could even, you know, like, get the ball with Ras Al Ghul, throw it to Dr. White, and just take off.
Yeah.
That's in a perfect world. And look, everything's setting up so far pretty well.
No, don't make this block.
I was doing that for safety's sake, because I don't want... Oh, I can also get Frankencastle free, but I am, again, instead of choosing to play for the best possible situation, I am sort of trying to play it safe, because I know I want that reroll for the Cholo Lean.
Yes, you absolutely need it.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yes! Cholo Lean!
Oh, he got dump off, though.
Yeah,
Fuck
so...
The chat.
The Cholo Lean, baby.
That lean.
So yeah, he has dump off, which is a skill that when he gets punched, he has the option to try to throw the ball away. He'd be standing in the tackle zone, so it's not ideal, and he has nobody to really throw it to in this situation, so he's just going to take it. And I, of course, cannot block him and do anything about him. So I'm going to try to set up defensively, and I'm going to...
And then your goal's going to fall over. Because of tackle, by the way. He didn't get a reroll on that.
Yeah.
Dwarves are terrible. I hate them.
We're still in a pretty good spot to defend. The fact that the Flesh Prince has him pinned up like that. If he can knock the Flesh Prince down, he scores. Otherwise, he's going to have a hard time of it, the Flesh Prince pinning him up. And maybe if I'm lucky, he'll fail to hurt the Flesh Prince, and I can make him try to dodge away, or I can make him try to...
You're implying that lucky is possible this game.
So here's the thing. He could have punched the Flesh Prince, but he's moving his players around like this. So this implies that he's going to try to dodge through the Flesh Prince's tackle zone. This guy's still 3 agility, but he's still going to willingly try to dodge through tackle zones like this. And that's another
so far. I mean,
that's another rude ass touchdown.
The track record, it's worked for him.
I don't think he really cares. CongoJack is still bathing in the Cholo Lean, as he rightfully should be.
Absolutely. Flesh Golems, like, there are some good animations in this game, but Flesh Golems just clearly do not give a fuck about dodges. They just go, whatever.
Dwarfs, it appears, do not give a fuck about tackle zones, because that's the plan here.
Well, like I said, it's worked out for him so far.
Yep.
Meanwhile, this is dodge and block. That's blodge.
He's freeing up...
Nailed it.
He would have had Santos Van Hammerstein pinned in between tackle zones, but he's now freed him up. In case Killy, the ball carrier, falls over, Santos is still... He's now in a great spot to try to dodge away. Because who is that down there? That is Dwaylen, and Dwaylen is a blitzer, so that is no tackle on our player.
That's actually really good. We're out of rerolls, but we're not out of the game apparently because of some interesting decisions and some interesting dice rolls.
The tie is still a super long shot, but it's still possible. And I'm looking at a possible situation for Santos to scoop the ball up and still throw it down. So there you go.
Fucker.
That's fuck dwarves.
Fuck dwarves. They don't even have special animations for their positionals. Every single player has the same fucking touchdown animation.
You can't drink a football. You just can't do it.
You can't do it. And they got like spikes and shit. He's like stabbing himself in the neck with his stupid non-mug football.
So that's a 1 on that dwarf who cannot KO.
And then the KO doesn't come back, and then the riot moves the clock forward, and the game's all but sealed here. We are in a really bad position.
It is still possible. The fact that I'm so fast, and
you're not very fast without werewolves, though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
You've got 2 7 movement players.
That was was an accidental. That was a misclick 1DB there, but that's okay.
You meant to put?
I still powered.
You meant to put Flesh Prince up in the LOS and failed.
No, I kept Flesh Prince where he was because I'm not going to panic here. It's still only I still have. By next turn, I need to have players in scoring positions, and basically Dr. White is the touchdown option. I'm going to set up sort of like a joke possibility of running a zombie down to catch a pass.
Blitz?
I'm going to zombie blitz, and then I'm also going to get zombies in sort of like catching, receiving positions. Just because I think it'd be funny if a zombie were able to catch the ball and recover from this shit show of a game.
There is no recovery from the shit show of a game.
Maybe pull a tie out.
Well, it's a thing. A man can dream.
Yeah, because I was able to knock a lot of dwarfs down, and the fact that all the dwarfs on the left are they're reasonably fast, but they're still not a huge threat to my ball. I still think this is possible. This may be a madman. I may be a madman for thinking that I still have a chance here, given what's happened in this game.
Through dice, all things are possible, but this game has not been a real super success for us.
I'm not ready to give up.
Man, I gotta hand it to the Flesh Prince. He has won't say he's earned my love, but I'll say that he's making a comeback.
He's done his best.
Yeah, he has. And right as I say it,
he minus armor
he
values.
fucks it up.
The regen does not trigger. That's not the end of the world for the Flesh Prince. Arguably, I'd say that's not even a fireable offense.
I mean, he's still got 8 armor, and he's still got the 4 strength and the stand firm, and we have more pressing players to replace.
Yeah, I mean, even if I had the money to replace him, well, I probably would if I had the money to replace him, obviously, but that's not the end of the world.
Yeah. And then he's 1DBing because he can. This is not a great game.
He does, however, burn his last reroll. So that, I mean, that's not really going to help me, but it's nice to see him run out of rerolls.
I can imagine that you're like pissed and just smashing your keyboard right now.
Maybe
getting all them camera angles.
I mean, really, like after that, like basically up to that whole drive, and then he dodges out of tackle zones, like through tackle zones to score. I've stopped having emotions, and I'm enjoying this about as much as I'm sure everybody else is watching me get my ass handed to me by dwarves.
This is terrible. Dwarves are not fun for anyone involved. Like, they're not fun to play. They're not fun to play against.
I'd argue this is probably the most fun dwarf game I've ever seen in my life. So that pretty much all but seals any possibility I had. The plan here was, even if I can, if I can maybe like knock that dwarf down, I can run 2 guys over, the joke option zombie and the real option, which is the white Dr. White. So we're going to put it all here on this dodge, and at least get in a position to 2 GFI and score at the very end, or hand off to Ras Al Ghul if that's possible, and try to get the tie that way.
That reroll. So the reroll does a thing, which is nice.
Yep.
You always like it when rerolls do things.
So yeah, this is pretty much the desperation play right here.
Nobody likes the desperation play.
I figure I have it in me to do another saucy dodge.
Oh my gosh, Bone Cruncher McGraw.
And this really isn't
He's
that
the
bad.
unsung hero.
If Beef Slap can hold his ground, and he doesn't choose to do, if he chooses to do some ridiculous dodging and he fails, that works in my favor because I can just go score. But if Beef Slap can hold his own for a couple blocks, a couple 2DBs, he can pretty much tie up all of that mess, and it makes it really, really hard for Santos Van Hammerstein to get touched, or stood next to, or even punched.
It's all down to Beef Slab and Dr. White. They are our last hopes. And this is actually an interesting field position, honestly. And then he does
right into the 1DB, and he's fine, of course.
Of course he is. But even Brassall is there, I guess, to do a thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Ras Al Ghul could also just sort of run down and catch a long catch. Like, this is like things that could possibly happen.
That was a dodge for absolutely no reason.
Well, that's so he can 2 GFI.
Oh, actually, he 2. Oh, fuck that.
Yeah. So here we go.
Game.
Let's keep our fingers crossed. Oh, luckily for us, Blodge succeeds, and
so now the comedy pass is the only option.
The dream is still alive. Thankfully.
Yeah, it's like I said, 4+3+, and he doesn't even have any tackle on that guy because it's a Troll Slayer and a runner.
Yep.
Standing next to Ross All.
And I mean, I can blitz with Johnny Rotten and make that dodge that much easier.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, though really the problem play is not the it's not the dodge, honestly, because you have a reroll for that. It's getting into any position to throw.
Yep, for sure. It's our game is going to be held together by a lot of
and then
bullshit.
D-Slab fails to take a punch,
which is fine because there's really not much more he can do to me at this point. Basically, all he can do is
gets
tie
tackle up on Santos von Hammerstein, which makes it even harder for you to go anywhere there.
I mean, look at this. Like it wasn't gonna work. It wasn't gonna happen in the first place. Look at all this guard he has.
The trash compactor.
There, it is minus 2 dBs everywhere except for one spot with my ball carrier. So here we go. Let's just queue up a miracle play. Starts with the 1 dB, which we somehow managed to
moments
get.
like this where I wish you could set up like 6 plays in a row.
And of course, we get a KO on the Troll Slayer, turn 16.
Oh my god.
So here we go. We're gonna run Ressel to the end zone. Sort of cross our fingers and try to go for a deep pass. Of course, he falls over and badly hurts himself in the end zone on the GFI. And that's the game.
That is the perfect way for that game to end.
That is the perfect way for that.
That's the game in a nutshell. Improbable thing happens, you get injured. That's all game.
Rest in peace, Hungry Like. You were a good wolf, and then you died.
Oh, man.
However, Dr. White gets the MVP.
Gets the MVP. Get a level.
I'm okay with that.
And unfortunately, we don't get enough money to replace... We are now at a lower team value than when we started.
When we started, yeah.
This is awful.
Let's see what Dr. White got. Just normals.
He even gets normals, so...
Alright, see you guys next time.